I wasn't seeing good stuff about this in my Discord.
From a studio celebrating its 100th birthday
I'm
with
worried.
the energy of a real 100-year-old comes another chapter of the multiverse saga that's taken the MCU from must-watch to maybe throw it on in the background while you're doing something else.
It's really good.
Okay. Okay. No. They're already hating. They're already hating.
Season 1 was a delight. Now, prepare for a follow-up that laughs at the basics of storytelling.
It's too complicated. Wait, am I on the wrong page or?
Spits in the face of physics.
It's your future, my present. It's complicated.
But can't shake the law of diminishing returns.
It's too complicated to explain it to you now.
As your Marvel fatigue gets pushed to the brink by a circular argument over what's even going on this time.
I don't understand what you've just said.
It's high time someone tells me exactly what is going on.
What a waste of time.
Loki's back, and now he literally can't get his head out of his own ass.
Looked like it hurt for real, though.
Watch this slick-back Norseman complete his journey from bad boy to a reformed anti-hero to a cop whose only friends are his co-workers? As this former trickster makes like a tree and weaves, growing from the most dynamic villain in MCU history to a sad green throne potato. Aw, cheer up, Loki. Did someone forget to take their vitamins?
Come on.
Chance, man. You look great.
Meet Marvel's next big villain, he who won't go away. Even though the actor is literally on trial for domestic violence, they're still doubling down on a guy who just got bodied by Ant-Man. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
This season, follow a Kang variant named Victor Timely, one with the power to end a sentence. Dramatic pause. Loud.
Fine threads of power!
Or end a sentence. Dramatic pause. Regular.
Time is the future of energy.
He's teamed up with the TVA's top middle manager Renslayer and a big horny
manager.
clock.
Could have been.
Horny clock.
Yo.
Oh, this was super creepy.
In this ridiculous fantasy where multiple women are attracted to a guy who's really into steampunk.
Bye.
Ooh, clock blocked. A technical
Clock
hiccup
blocked.
at the TVA has put every timeline in jeopardy.
The branching's overloading the temporal loop.
Now, the only way to fix it is a bunch of nonsense that would get you laughed out of a Doctor Who writer's room.
The containment doors are locked, and only the person who designed it can open it with a live scan of his temporal aura.
That's right. The whole season is about getting a door open, with 7 layers of mumbo-jumbo added on.
So we can't get in there and increase
It's like they didn't even
diameter
like
of
the
loop
characters
perfectly.
at all.
Enough to boost throughput? You
Literally.
need to get to the temporal loom so the extractor can pull Loki directly out of the time stream.
We don't allow it to
Are there
integrate
moments
directly
where
with
it
time
feels
without
like
the best
nothing's
version of
really
the
happening?
system. With all
Sure.
those upgrades, it would allow the loom to
But you
scale the capacity
enjoy
to manage
the
the five other
moments.
branches.
This keeps going on like this for 6 episodes.
You enjoy
When
the
something
characters.
is pruned, it's released from time. So the hope is that after you prune yourself, the extractor will pull you into the present.
Of course. Yeah.
Loki won't lurk the office halls alone. His pal Mobius is back with one new personality trait, liking snacks.
Cracker Jack concession stand is a high-traffic area. Let's have a little pie while we wait. Courtesy of the hot cocoa machine. Great donuts today, Dale.
Owen Wilson makes the best of a role that's just Owen Wilson doing Owen Wilson stuff.
I saw the poster. It looked scary.
Wow. I'm careful when I have sadness behind
He never said wow, though.
Ouroboros is here to give Kihei Kwan a much-deserved paycheck, proving that it's never too late to be typecast as a lovable nerd who does machines. And of course, Sylvie returns to remind the viewer what's really at stake. McDonald's.
Her whole situation I didn't really care
This
for, though.
place.
I thought you were setting us up for an ambush. Hell, you were just setting us up for a great meal.
What would you like?
I want to try everything.
She's Loking it. To save the multiverse, watch Loki and his crew dramatically run around.
Oh my god. This might be one of the first honest trailers I truly
Occasionally
hate.
pause to find each other.
And if they're here, we'll find them.
We need to find Sylvie. We find Renslayer, we find Miss Minutes.
You said you wanted to find Sylvie, right?
Maybe Miss Minutes can locate him. Where is Sylvie? Mobius, where is he?
Find Sylvie.
Where is she?
Where's Docs? Where's Sylvie? How are we gonna find a little rogue cartoon clock that doesn't want to be found?
Forget who they are.
I don't know you.
Have we met each other? I think you have me mixed up with someone else.
That guy that was here, what was his name?
This isn't the first time we've had this conversation, is it?
Casey, it's me.
Who are you?
You don't remember me either.
You were in just the other day, right?
And repeat until creatively exhausted.
Let me introduce you to.
In a season of TV that gives up and restarts like a speedrunner trying to 100% Dark Souls.
This all seems a bit rushed.
Welcome to the MCU post-Endgame. So gather around for a show
don't
that can
include
only
this
be
in that.
understood as a grand metaphor
Do not
for the
include
current
Loki
state of Marvel itself.
in
They've
current
expanded
Loki,
into
in the
TV
current
too much too
MCU.
fast.
It's not constructed to weave together so many new branches. So it's overloading.
It looks like a disaster.
It is a disaster.
Risking the sacred timeline where they stuck to making movies.
Hey, what were you doing down there on the sacred timeline?
Making movies.
As they all avoid the simple answer staring them right in the face.
You can't scale with infinite.
Unplug the whole thing, wait a beat, then plug it back in again once we've forgotten how much this phase sucked.
I can rewrite the story.
Please. Starring Loki in the sky with timelines. Lightning McStream. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a branch timeline. Vic Mensa.
Respect my time,
In another life, I would have really liked doing tech support with you.
Oh, jeez.
TikTok influencer.
I am the very model of a modern Major's Disney role.
Tech support. Raphael is cool but rude. Liza Aarons. And the
What's that one?
MCU's visual effects artist.
The whoop is really piled up if I take a break. So I just keep at it. Forever. No sleep.
Tom Time Machine.
Oh my god. That one is true though. The VFX artists
Note
have
to
been put
self,
through so
before
much.
commissioning a propaganda mosaic of the TVA's origins, don't commission a bronze relief of the horrible, horrible truth.
This might officially be the first honest trailer outside of the ones with the old voice that I do hate. This is the worst. This has to be the worst. Now I still gotta watch the pitch meeting, which we're gonna do in a minute, but I love this show. And watching them together is great. It's fantastic. The first season probably is a little bit better than the second, but the second has so many more emotional beats to it that work. It's great, and it only works because of how they established things in season 1. So I enjoyed it. Plus, Ke Huy Quan was fantastic in this one. Now, there's a lot of episodes. There's only 6, but there are some episodes where it's like you feel like nothing's really happening. There's a lot of talking, and like nothing is like, I don't know, the momentum isn't there for certain things in certain moments. But overall, it's a great watch. So, honest trailers on this one, Screen Junkies, you guys suck a little bit on this one. I don't like this one. So let's watch the pitch meeting, see what Ryan George has with producer guy and writer guy. Hopefully he'll do his continuation of just making things funny while he's talking about them and speaking of the plot holes and things like that. Not in the way that Screen Junkies did this, because this was horrible. This was a little bit it's made me feel crappy because I hated it. So I don't know how you feel. Talk about it in the comments, but let's watch the pitch meeting right now.
So, you have some new Marvel content for me? Yes, sir, I do. Oh boy, and I gotta say, this strategy of ours to dump hours and hours of Marvel content onto Disney Plus, yeah, it was maybe a mistake. Yeah, we might have messed up on that.
I mean,
Anyway,
that's
it's too
true.
late to stop now, so
That
what's
is true.
next? Well, I was thinking we do Loki Season 2. Oh, everybody's favorite villain that hasn't been an actual villain in about 10 years. Exactly. I say we double down on this show because it was one of the few ones people actually seem to like. Very true.
This is
So what's
true.
gonna happen to Loki this time around?
WandaVision's
Well, you know
good
how
too.
in Season 1, Loki kind of learned to make selfless decisions
Knight.
for the greater good? Sure. Well, in this season, he's going to learn to make selfless decisions for the even greater good. I like that. So after Sylvie killed He Who Remains at
Even
the end of
greater.
Season 1, Loki starts doing this thing called time slipping. What does that mean? It means he glitches like a video game character and uncontrollably jumps around to different times and places. Interesting. Yeah, and since he's going back in time, that means he can do stuff then that affects the future. I feel like that's not the explanation we had for time travel in Avengers Endgame. Yeah,
It's
well,
not.
time works differently at the TVA, meaning... It means that now that I've said that, I can do whatever I want, and you have to get all the way off my back about it. Okay, let me get off of that thing of yours. So anyway, to stop the time slipping from happening, Mobius and Loki go see this guy named OB because he wrote the TVA handbook. Okay. And he says that this is happening because there are so many branching timelines that this thing called the temporal loom is overloading. Uh-oh, that sound like important time words. So what do? Well, Mobius has to bring this device to the loom, but there's a risk of his skin peeling off and spaghettification, and Loki has to prune himself at the same time. Pruning and spaghettification? That's right. Horrible death words that make me hungry or tight. All right. So anyway, after all that, it still seems like this thing's gonna overload. So they go find Sylvie in hiding to get her to help. And where's Sylvie hiding? Well, she's in the past working at whatever fast food chain the studio has a good relationship with. Probably McDonald's. I'm loving it. So Sylvie adores working at this McDonald's because of the fantastic work culture and delicious selection of food. They have a whole variety of delicious offerings, which will be discussed by the characters, yeah, but Sylvie doesn't want to help out, even though they tell her that her whole timeline's gonna stop existing if she doesn't. How does that make sense? Free will or something. Now Obi realizes he needs the temporal aura of He Who Remains or Miss Minutes to fix this loom thing. All right. So everybody goes back to 1893 Chicago to find a He Who Remains variant named Victor Timely. Right. And there's a whole bunch of chaos, and he ends up getting away with Miss Minutes. Oh yeah, that cartoon clock lady. That's the one. But she confesses that she wants to have a physical form because she's in love with them and wants them to, you know, physically be together. Oh, flirtatious clocks are tight. What? So then what happens? No.
What?
No. What did you mean by that? By what? Well, you imply that you're very familiar with the concept of flirtatious clocks. I don't know your secret. I didn't use that term. You did just now. Okay, so anyway, Victor Timely's not into clocks in that way, so he shuts her down, and then the good guys manage to bring him to the TVA. Oh, well, good for them. And Victor Timely's gonna be like, oh, what is going on? Oh, what's that voice you're doing? Well, he's a big old smart science nerd, so he talks like that. Oh, he does? Yeah, he talks like Donald Glover at the 2-minute mark of the Derek comedy sketch Jerry from 16 years ago. What? Yeah. Kind of a super specific reference. It's accurate. I just don't know that anyone's familiar with that. And they should type Derek comedy Jerry into the YouTube search bar and see how Donald Glover talks at the 2-minute mark.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right, class. God! All right, anyway, Michael, the Pythagorean theorem? Yeah, it's a squared plus b squared.
Hello, children. It's me, the principal. Don't mind me. I'm just here to observe. Hey, I heard one of your classmates boot his pants.
You got a freaking clock over there? No, and so then they need to send Victor to fix the loom, but he turns into spaghetti, and then everybody turns into spaghetti. Terrifying and delicious. But turns out that Loki survives the pasta dish attack because he's the main character. Oh, so what does he do? Well, he starts involuntarily time-slipping to the other characters' original lives. Are we gonna see Owen Wilson on a jet ski? Yes, sir, we are. That weird specific desire that's implanted in everyone's brains in season 1 is gonna be paid off, kinda. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Kinda.
Wow. So now Loki has to get the whole team back together and try to fix the loom again. A lot of loom repair attempts, but Sylvie doesn't want to help, even though she's been told that her reality will stop existing. That's right. Oh, she kind of sucks, huh? Gonna be tough to get her to join if that doesn't convince her. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yes, eventually her reality does turn to spaghetti, so then she decides to help out. Ugh. So they try to fix the loom again, but everything turns to spaghetti because they're too late. Mamma mia. But then Loki figures out how to control his time slipping, so he sets out to fix this loom earlier. So what does he do? Well, he spends centuries learning about physics, but every time Victor goes out, he still turns to spaghetti. Why does Victor the human have to be the one to go? Why can't Loki the god go? Look, Victor's the one who invented this thing, so if there are problems, he can solve them. Can't Loki have Victor troubleshoot through a communicator? Hey, shut up. So then Loki goes to see He Who Remains at the end of time, who's like, hey, you can save the loom by killing Sylvie before she kills me. Right, but Loki's like, I will not kill Sylvie, she's the best. She's not. So then Loki realizes he can destroy the loom and rejuvenate all the timelines and make them into a tree-like structure and hold them. How? Magic. That works. So now he's essentially sacrificed himself to oversee all the timeline branches all alone at the end of time forever and ever. Wow, well, we've come a long way from the Loki that attacked New York City like a week before this. Yeah, like a week ago, but also centuries have passed since then. It's a big character transformation. Major, major transformation. He truly did replace a sewing device. Well, don't say it like that. Sorry. So what do you think? Oh, honestly, I think it's great. You know, you have a show with a distinct voice and a unique style, focusing on characters. It's good. Thank you. It's really good. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that nothing could put a damper on this.
Oh my god. Good pitch meeting, worst honest trailer. Just straight up. That's just there's no going back on this one, Screen Junkies. I kid, but Screen Junkies, you're not in the same realm of thinking for this show. I think overall, that's I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. I feel like there were aspects of it that they just didn't like, or just didn't understand, or they already didn't like the characters from the first season. Because I don't fully remember the first. Like their thoughts on season 1. There was some wackiness, I know that. I thought overall they enjoyed it. Like, I gotta check that out again because I don't even remember. But yeah, they're way off base with this one, and it's really upsetting me. So pitch meeting was great. Pitch meeting was good. Not the best, but there was a lot of moments in this one though that did really highlight again the show, well, overall how good it is, but also some of the little things are like, oh yeah, like this kind of got paid off here. This kind of got paid off here. Like there's really no full explanation other than magic. And so we're going to bypass it. So there was that. I will say the honest trailer had a good point with how the show didn't fully explain time travel that well. Like all the stuff from Endgame is like, okay, that's how time travel works. Then you come into this show and it's like, no, that's really not how it goes. We can kind of change it up. There is that. So it's like you're kind of retconning some of the stuff that you already started, but you know, time doesn't work the same way in the TVA. So that you can just do a clean slate with whatever you want at that point. Yeah, that honest really got me upset. That messed with me a little bit. And Brian, you said something in the Discord that just based off that, I was like, uh-oh, they're probably not gonna do this right. And Darth Doggo, you actually said in Discord as well, we have a good time in Discord, so you guys should come and hang out. But you also said to prepare myself. I guess I did not. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, to be honest. This was horrible. So shame on you, Screen Junkies. You don't know a good thing when you got it. Pitch meeting, funny as always. And he goes about the same way. So he's got a really good balance between how he talks about things and kind of, you know, beats it to a pulp a little bit, but also you can tell like there's aspects of it that he really did enjoy. He's just speaking to some of the things that don't make as much sense. He does a good job with it, so I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Pitch meeting wins this one hands down for me. Maybe you think differently. Maybe you think the honest trailer was great. Maybe you do, but it was horrible. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as always. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you had a good laugh, even with the horrible Screen Junkies video. But I always appreciate our time together. Check out the other videos I got here for you guys. And as always, I will see you on the next video. Take care.